John 15:13. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. That is what the 13 American soldiers did for all the people stranded in Afghanistan. They paid the ultimate price. But still, we have a president that adds "but" behind every single thing that he says. The buck stops with me, but I'm taking responsibility for what happened in Afghanistan. But
there had not been a U.S. service member killed in combat in Afghanistan since February of 2020. You set a deadline, you pulled troops out, you sent troops back in, and now 12 Marines are dead. You said the buck stops with you. Do you bear any responsibility for the way that things have unfolded in the last 2 weeks?
I bear responsibility for fundamentally all that's happened of late. But here's the deal.
Let me ask you a question, Biden. When somebody goes to court for a crime they committed, do you think the judge in that courtroom cares about butts? Well, yeah, I got in the car drunk and I killed that mother and the kid, but it was more of just a bad day. It wasn't because I was drinking. Do you think he honestly cares? You are a disgrace to this country. You are a disgrace to every single one of the families because of your screw up. But you still want to make excuses. You still don't want to be a man and own it. My heart goes out to all of the families that have to bury a close member of their family. But here's what I will not do. I will not celebrate or even give you a clap for a drone strike. I opened up a news app earlier and it says 2 high-ranking ISIS-K members killed in drone strike. The first thing I said was BS. I think y'all have a pretty good idea what I'm about. And one thing I'm not about is this current administration. I think they would rather lie to us than actually give us facts. That's pretty well known at this point. Sleepy Joe has contradicted himself and straight up lied on the podium about this stuff in Afghanistan several times. So when I see on the news that there was a drone strike within hours of there being an attack in Kabul, I have some questions, and I'm not gonna buy it until they're answered. No one should. Where is the intel? You're telling me that you couldn't evacuate our citizens in a week, but you found the people who were responsible for the attack in Kabul within hours, pinned their location, and were able to drop an airstrike on them within hours? Show us proof. Show us the intel that you have. Tell us the names of the people. Until then, it didn't happen. You're not just gonna airstrike some random area, not give us any intel on who it was, how you found them, or why they were there, and then just say, all right, guys, we got them back. BS. And then the audacity of some people in the US right now. Al Sharpton, you're going on about all these racial issues again. You can't wait a week? No one cares. We just had 13 people killed in Afghanistan for no reason. There is no justification for it. It was completely botched. And then this person should be fired and kicked out of the US if it was up to me. This teacher in California had her kids in her class pledge allegiance to a gay pride flag and threw out the American flag.
Announcements, and they do the Pledge of Allegiance. I always tell my class, stand if you feel like it, don't stand if you feel like it, say the words if you want, don't have to say the words, except for the fact that my room does not have a flag. It used to be there, but I took it down during COVID because it made me uncomfortable. But my kid today goes, hey, it's kind of weird that we just stand and then, we say it to nothing. And I'm like, oh, well, I gotta find it. Like, I'm working on it. I got you. In the meantime, I tell this kid, we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to? And he like looks around, he goes, oh, that one?
That happened while all this stuff was going on in Afghanistan. It just amazes me how out of touch some people are. You just threw out a flag that 13 died for because of some woke BS issue. Sad couple of days in America. And not because it's just sad. It's how it's handled and the response. Sleepy Joe let people die in Afghanistan, and by the response that he's giving out, he might as well spit on their tombstone too. It's crap.